Welcome back. We're here at the lovely Hopkinton Library, and joining me now is Alan Davis, owner and president with HR Clough. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for sponsoring this show, too.
We're happy to do it. I'm glad you're coming to Hopkinton.
Very nice to show off this gorgeous facility.
It is, yes. Yeah, they are our neighbor next door, and they're a very good neighbor. Hopefully we're as good a neighbor to them as they are to us. So, yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, this business has been open for 77 years this year.
I'm not quite that old, so I didn't start it, but yeah, no, it's my grandfather started it, and he actually came from the coal and grain business.
Okay.
And they got into delivering kerosene in barrels, and pails and buckets and you name it.
Right.
And that part of the business started in 1939, and it went through that first generation, and the second generation was my mother, and who was then joined by my father. My father started the service and installation department around 1967. Mm-hmm. And my grandfather was still alive, backing his way out of it, and my mother started out as a part-time owner, and she eventually, they bought my grandfather out, and my mother and father ran it together. And then I joined in '77. After I got out of UNH, I bounced around a little bit and came into the business in 1977 after saying I would never do that.
I'll never go into the family business.
I did not want to be in the family business, but I was kind of lured into it. But and I took over the day-to-day operation for the most part around 1990, 91. And then I purchased my mother, I purchased her share in 1994. And she retired and then unfortunately passed away right after that. She didn't get a lot of time to enjoy retirement, but we were real fortunate to be able to work together as long as we did. And the thing that I guess I'm really bummed out about is my grandfather was the one that really wanted me to come into the business, and I said, no way, I do not want to do this. And he unfortunately passed away before I came into the business, so he never got to see
what. He can see you from upstairs.
Yeah. He's probably still looking
yep.
now.
Check it on you.
We actually have not moved location in all those years. We're across the street from where we used to be, as far as where the office was, but directly across the street. But the property is the same family property that we've been on since 1939. Actually, before that. So, we're pretty fortunate to have a nice, very beautiful spot. Obviously, right next to the library here. Yeah. And the Houston Fields and all that brings to the town, which is a really cool thing that they did here, preserving this old farm.
Absolutely.
And putting the library up here. But we're tucked over in the next door, and I just looked out the window there. You can't even see my buildings from here now. So that means that we left that barrier of trees so that they can preserve the Houston Field, and people can. They know we're there, but they don't have to look at us. So.
Right.
But we've done quite a bit of expansion on that piece of property, and I bought the two properties next door a few years ago, and so we've done quite a bit of upgrades and things like that to the property, but we're still in the same place.
It's great. Well, yeah, because you've got the car wash there, and then the muddy tracks for the pets is
car
there
wash,
too.
Dog wash. Yeah, we added propane about 5 years ago, so we have tremendous on-site fuel oil storage and propane storage now too.
Oh, good.
So we run two different products with storage facilities right there.
Yeah.
And that's been the town's been very, very gracious to allow us to grow our business, and I think we've done a good job with it. We're good stewards of the community and our property especially, and so I think that was a reason that they said, you guys I think you're good guys. So,
you're good neighbors,
yeah,
right?
So we're pretty fortunate.
Absolutely. Well, I think the town is fortunate to have you. Really.
I hope so. We found out last year at the Sesquicentennial, whatever it was, 250-year anniversary, we are the oldest continually running business in town.
Love it.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Well, great. Well, good. But we're going to get a chance to talk to you in another interview next week. And in the meantime, this is a great forum to show off all that Hopkinton has between the library, some nice local businesses. So thanks very much for hosting, and we'll catch you next week.
All right.
Thank
Thanks.
you.